How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of Joel's News and Views, also conservative news and views. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor. Go ahead on and hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell all the way up to the top. Please like and share. Please like and share. Let's go out here and jump into this. So there's a few announcements I have to make before I jump into this today's video. First things first, shout out to Conservative Guy. Glad to see him back into the YouTube space, getting it in, making more videos. I know he said he had some things going on with his family. Glad you back, bro. Giving a shout out to you. Also, want to let everyone know now that I will be on Amazon Live. I just signed up last night. I had it before, but they banned me. I don't know why, but I guess they must have reconsidered. So if you see any affiliate codes with Amazon, I know it's the holiday season. I know people still use Amazon. I know. We don't really care for Jeff Bezos' uh, beliefs and stuff like that, but the company is a company. So with that being said, you see promo codes and affiliates, jump on down and do it. I will be working on emails today and tomorrow, so I might not have as many videos up here like I normally do, and especially when I start working. So please don't get discouraged. That's why I tell y'all to be in the membership plan, so that way you can join and see videos as well. Trying to see what other announcements I got. I got some other things in the works. I'm actually working on something with Newsbreak, my own column, where y'all get everyday news from a political perspective. So hopefully y'all see that as much. Also, the new people that are joining in, I appreciate everybody joining in. If you saw my post yesterday, if you want to help me continue as a content creator, and this is for all content creators that deal with me or is trying to grow, we cannot do it alone. We need some type of donations. That means if you can just give $5, that's awesome. If you can give more, that's great. But that's why I put those links on there to help you guys be able to donate. Because I don't have a P.O. box. I can't get my address out like that. So the only way you're going to be able to support my cause is through four ways: Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Super Chats. I mean, or membership, excuse me. Five ways. And the sixth way, spreading my content. That's all you can do. I mean, that's all I can tell you. Spreading my content is great. I appreciate it, but hey, man, it takes finances to run this. This ain't cheap for any of us as content creators. So please, 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 please support your favorite content creator. All right, enough of that. Let's jump into this, guys. So California is now became the official woke capital. And I say woke capital, I mean the woke capital. I don't know if anybody listens to my boy AK Nation. Shout out to him. I know a lot of y'all do. But he had a segment on his AK Nation that popped up that he did yesterday that was very interesting. There's a new ordinance out where you have to now be sure when you call the cops when you see something suspicious that it's really what you think it is. Now I know a lot of y'all are trying to looking at me crazy when I'm saying this. Like, well, Joe, what do you mean suspicious? Well, let's talk about that. See, in the past, y'all been seeing all of these Karens making, splash and headways, talking about, black folks not doing certain things, not following the rules, and making a big deal out of it, calling management or calling the police. and you have people all in their feelings about it, saying, "Man, she's being a Karen," or she's racist. And now it has trickled down to where they have pushed that when you see people see strange black people in their neighborhood that they haven't seen before, like the military guy who was on base that went viral, that saw this kid messing with his neighbor, and he didn't know any better. He's going by what his family's saying, that this kid was, what I'm saying, not supposed to be there, but come to find out it wasn't. But people make mistakes, okay? We all human, right? We all make mistakes. But to make it where you cannot protect your neighborhood, all right? Well, to make it where you gotta hesitate to call somebody, I'm agreeing with AK Nation. Every time you hesitate in a situation that looks suspicious, that could be a life threatening, that could be an increased chance of you losing your life or putting yourself in danger where you almost lose your life. Now think about that. And think about that California Santa Cruz has passed this law where they're trying to tell you that you could possibly get fined. I think there's all kind of things that could possibly go along with you calling the cops. And if they find out that it wasn't a justified call. So let's say, for instance, you see a young black kid you never seen before in your neighborhood, okay? Because that's what it's designed for. All right, and you see this kid, like you blatantly see this kid putting his hand, playing with your door handles. Okay, he's feeling the door handles. He's scoping out, looking at houses abandoned, seeing if they're unlocked or not. And you say you do call the cops. You call the cops. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna call the cops. I'm going to do the right thing. I don't know what this kid's up to. And the cops confront this kid, and you could be right there with the cops, pointing them out, telling them what you seen, and he just busts out and says, "That ain't. I wasn't doing nothing like that. They being racist, man." Or let's say you got it on camera. You got it on camera. You show the cops, but the kids say, "Man, the only reason why I was doing that, I was trying to check and see if the car was locked. I wasn't trying to do nothing, officer." Now here you is faced with a fine. Here you is painted as the bad guy. Now they said that this new ordinance is supposed to make it where people will be more. Uh, they said not to discourage someone not to call the cops. Well, let's talk about that. If you put an ordinance out where people can't call the cops for safety, just to make sure that this person they see in their neighborhood is supposed to be in their neighborhood or isn't doing nothing crazy because they're looking suspicious or they ain't seen them before. You're trying to tell me now that that's not going to discourage them to do that? That's going to discourage them because they're going to be like, if I call, especially if it's a white person who's in a gated community, okay, gated community, white person, never seen this black kid before, they're gonna be scared because they know if I call, I'm gonna be considered a racist. And then there was this red bone chick, this black girl on that video screaming out, "Yeah, I think it's a good thing." No, it's not. Do you know who are the first victims in situations like that with strange behavior? It's usually black women. So you're trying to tell me that being a black woman, you see somebody strange in your gated neighborhood, you don't know who it is, what it is, you gonna be comfortable? You gonna be real damn comfortable just sitting there being like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it fly. What's going on, Ty Joker? I'm telling you, this is a setup for stress. This is a setup for someone to get hurt. You think I'm not lying? Look at it. Look at what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, like keep it under $900. You're right, Jake. You like they did that. Now they're doing this in Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is a nice area. Think it's got some nice property out there. So you want to have people that's got money in Santa Cruz that see some suspicious behavior, gangbangers, whatever, trying to get a lick. They can't call the cops on them because they scared. You see this strange looking vehicle pass by your house several times, walking around your yard, scoping stuff out, and you call the cops on him. First thing he tell the cop, officer, man, I'm out here looking at these yards. I want to see if they needed somebody to mow the yard. I'm trying to make some money, some slick shit like that. Instead, oh, okay, no problem. You can go on your way. He comes back to your house again. It ain't looking at no yard. Now he done busted in. They done stole some stuff. Your life could be taken. I'm sorry, but I'm not feeling this law. I'm not feeling this ordinance. All it's doing is enabling criminals. And all it's doing is making the woke create nothing but unstable environment for people in America. It's all it's doing. And this is what makes me mad about these wokies. They are so out of touch that they try to think of things that they can make up as they go along to benefit them. Because it's not helping us. It's to benefit them and their behavior. Because we're not breaking no laws. We as conservatives, we're not running around breaking no laws. And let's talk about, you're right, and kids. It make kids feel unsafe too. Because how would you like it if your daughter is outside playing and she's telling you, mommy, daddy, there's this strange man that keeps trying to talk to me every day, but you go call the cops, and the first thing he tell them, sir, ma'am, I ain't trying to hurt your daughter, their daughter. I'm just trying to get some information about what the kids like and what they eat, so I could give them ice cream. Because I'm thinking about having an ice cream truck. I'm going by scenarios of what devious, criminal-minded people think of. Oh, okay. Well, that's no problem, sir. Hey, next time you call us, make sure that the crime is there's an actual crime going on. You see what I'm talking about? So how is that good police work? That's why police officers are quitting the force. How can I be an effective police officer when I have those type of scenarios that I have to ignore? That could be a red flag. Exactly. So who's gonna? Yeah, you're right. Neighborhood watch ain't gonna do no good in California. And you know what's crazy? What's going on in California right now will be coming to a city near us. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that you'll start hearing Chicago, biggest city right now with the most highest crime murder rate there is in the U.S. They'll start doing it. You know ATL gonna do it. The next thing you know, all these smaller cities, all in the U.S., mostly all 50 states, are start adopting this policy. You can't call the police unless the crime is actually being committed. Crime's got to be being committed. Y'all keep hitting that like button. It's got to be committed. Sad but true. That's right. It's coming to a town near you. It is. So I just want to give y'all some game of what's about to come. Just watching the next year or so. If things don't get better, that's why I keep telling y'all, we got to push this conservative movement. We got to support these people that's waking up like Nicki Minaj and Rose Gowen. even if they are batshit crazy, even if they like to shake their behind to pink um attire, if they got a good message of where they're trying to promote where we have free will and that we can be able to be productive citizens in America, gotta hold them account. We gotta rock with them. Because I'd rather for somebody like Nicki Minaj and Rose Gowan to be batshit crazy, dressed in pink, you know, shaking their booty and stuff, and promoting adult to be an adult and only do adult things with adult content, than somebody like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion just being loose and fool and freaking little Nas X imposing on our children that it's okay to be jacked up. I'm just saying. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I ain't gonna lie to you. And let's go on to General Milley. So after days of silence, General Milley has finally admitted what we already knew, that he's a treasonous bastard. First of all, exactly. First of all, I want y'all guys to know that I admit, okay, that I did make those calls to China, but I did it within the scope of my of what I was supposed to do as the general of the United States of America. No, you didn't. You didn't do it within the scope. Let's talk about that, Millie. What general have you ever heard of in the history of war of any of the countries that we're talking about? Give a call to another country and say, hey, man, listen, we ain't going to attack you. And in fact, if we was, I'll call you first. Do you think that China called us first Japan called us first when they dropped the bomb on Pearl Harbor? Did you think that when the Nazis invaded Germany, that they gave the people of Germany that was running the prime minister of Germany at the time, you think they gave him a call and say, hey, listen, bro, I know you in Germany and all, but this is me, Hitler. I'm about to let you know. I'm about to go through your shit. I'm about to take over your shit, dog. I'm about to run you out of office. So you better get a head start now and figure it out. You got 3 months to figure it out. You think that's what happened in the game of war? You think the Taliban went to the Afghanistan government and said, hey man, we'll take it over tomorrow. All right. So y'all need to go ahead on, pack your shit out, make this shit, figure some things out and everything else. Cause we coming tomorrow. All right. All right. Okay. All right. I just want to let you know we're going to war tomorrow. So if you not out the way and clear that palace, shit's gonna get real. All right. Okay. All right. No, that's not how it works. Did you think we gave Afghanistan, Osama bin Laden a call when we found his ass with the SEAL Team 6? Hey, Osama, how you doing, man? Hey, I know you've been hiding in the woods in the mountains for a minute, but listen, SEAL Team 6 is going to be at your door in about 2 hours. You need to figure something out, all right? When we come in, shit's going to get real. Hell to the no, we don't do that shit, man. Nobody does that, man. Nobody. Nobody. That's like you telling a bully, yeah, it's like knocking on the door before you rob a house. That's like telling somebody that's been bullying you for months. You finally got the upper hand. You got some brass knuckles and shit. And you gonna let him know the night before, hey man, you come in my face tomorrow, I'm gonna hit you with these brass knuckles. You don't think you might have a knife or a gun to shoot you when you try to hit him with the brass knuckles? Man, I'm just saying, this is stupid, bro. That's like the cops. telling you, hey, listen, man, we're arresting you tomorrow, so you better be prepared. That's like the feds telling you, hey, listen, we are indicting you tomorrow on federal charges. All right, so get your stuff in order and be ready to be arrested, and wait for us at the end of the road, so that way we can make it more smooth for you when we go and arrest you. Don't make a spectacle out yourself. It's not how that shit works. Oh my God, man. Where we only in America, man. Only in America. And then they talking about, and he talked about he did this because he was scared that Trump would go to war with China. Let's talk about this, General Milley, and see how full of shit you are. Trump has won more Nobel Peace Prizes, I think, than any president in the history of presidents that we have had in the US of A. So, what violence were you expecting for him to wreak on China? This man had the Taliban listening to him. This man had the Afghanistan working with America. This man had Israel and Palestinians acting with some damn common sense. He had fucking Cuba trying to get their shit together. He had North Korea and South Korea sitting down talking with some sense. This man had every enemy on. He had Russia. He had Putin. Putin was asking Trump, was this okay for him to do? Let me say this again. Putin was asking him, was this okay to do? And when they came with that lie about Putin, that Trump knew that Putin was doing hit on soldiers, we knew that was a lie. Putin was scared of Trump. You really think Putin was going to play Trump like that? When he saw how Trump done blew up 3 damn major terrorists within a year period, you think you were going to play with that man? No. He didn't want that smoke. He didn't want that smoke. Let me tell y'all something about people that is in power. Real recognize real. That's why China backed down and said, all right, I do what y'all ask. We will do the trade. Because they knew real recognized real. These guys knew they had a real OG. They knew that Trump didn't mind fucking some shit up. Yeah, he was a man of peace, but he was a deadly man at the same time. They ain't crazy. They knew what they were playing with. That's why they didn't act stupid like that. That's why we didn't have all this foreign problems. Why you think the Mexican president was on board when he said, yes, you can keep the people in my country until you feel like that they deserve what you call port of entry the right way, political asylum. People respected that shit because they knew that that man loved his country. They knew he wasn't on no horse shit. They knew that they couldn't buy Trump. That's why they respected him. They couldn't buy him. They couldn't buy him, and he wasn't trying to buy them. So it was a two-way street. Now that respect them went out the window because they already know who we have. We have a jackass and they loving it. They loving it. They got somebody who gonna spend shitload of money for no reason, play victimhood, everything. Man, it's sad. Now I still say General Milley's running the country because how are you able to have this come out and feel so comfortable to admit it and act like nothing is not gonna happen? It's either one or two things. Either you running the show, or two, you got something on somebody, or three, you are very fucking retarded. So it's three things. I know he's not mentally dysfunctional, okay? So we know that. Exactly, Doko HLSD. You right. Subscribe to the channel. Keep following, brother. Exactly. 40 miles off each side of the coast. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. it speaks for itself. I'm telling y'all. Thank you very much, Doku HSSD. Another subscriber, y'all. Give it up for Doku H. Listen, we bringing subscribers every day, man. Man, Nancy barely got her own back, Jake. I'm telling you, General Milley got something on all them rascals. And the thing that he was upset, he couldn't put nothing on Trump because whatever dirt Trump had, Trump put it out there. Trump let you know, yeah, I grabbed on women. Yeah, I banged a little bit on the side of Malona. Malona, who has it? I'm a man of power. You can't do nothing with that. And you know what? Malona still loved him. She ain't left him. She still thought he was a bad motherfucker. So, seemed like he wasn't no shame in his game. That's why I like Trump. Trump was an open book. Now, do I feel like all the women he got against him is telling the truth? I think some of them are, and I think some of them ain't. When I say telling the truth, as in I think they had a relationship of some type. But I think that in the end they got upset and mad because Trump is that type of dude. He's got a lot of power. A lot of women want him. So he probably told them, listen, I'm not leaving my old lady. You can have some of this Trumpness, but that's it. But now Trump don't change from that. Trump on some other shit now. That's why you don't see Trump have all this um women and stuff in his ear like he used to. Trump about family and trying to run and protect this country. He ain't got time for that no more. That when he was younger. And that's why everybody hate him so much. Because he can do something they can't. Trump can do something they can't. Trump can get anything he wants when it comes to a woman. And a lot of them politicians hate that because they can't do that. And one of the reasons why I say Trump can get any woman he wants because Trump ain't got to bound. All the thing he got to say his name is, hey, I'm Donald J. Trump. That's it. You think that chick, I don't give a damn if how woke that chick is. She see that money, she gone. Come on, man. This is one of the top 20 richest men in the world. Another reason why I like Trump because he was just real. All right. He didn't have no family dog. He wasn't trying to be like everybody else. He was just himself. I mean, he told everybody. Everybody talk about I like filet mignon and all that shit. Trump like I like McDonald's, motherfucker. I like McDonald's and Burger King. I thought that was hilarious. Hey man, you come over here, you get McDonald's and Burger King. we we ain't doing all that fancy ass gourmet shit over here. Like, I think it's funny. I think it's funny because if you was in the military like I was, that's how we had our meetings. Y'all think I'm bullshit. I'm telling you, back in the day when we was in the military, just a story time with Joel, baby. All right, when we was in the military, whenever we had any meeting or anything, we had to talk to our military squad, whether it was a officer or if it was enlisted. We always had three restaurants, fast food wise: McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Burger King. Burger King was on the bottom of the totem pole. Most of the time, it was going to be either McDonald's or Taco Bell. And pizza wise, what's his name? Papa John Pizza. That's it. That's what it was. And it always was like that. When I was in. So don't give me that shit. Everybody try to act brand new like you're gonna serve that. They should have more better stuff than that. No, they don't. Shit. What's a good way to connect to people? If people see that you eat McDonald's like everybody else, they're gonna be cool with that. I know I am. Yeah, exactly. Now, the thing about it is, since Milley has admitted to this, What you think gonna happen? I tell you what's gonna happen. I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. Cause the book came out. And I think this time the dude that wrote the book, I know everybody say a lot of stuff he writes is lies half of the time. I think he got this one correct. I think he really did his due diligence to get all the facts because he knew this book was gonna be a shocker. He wanted everybody to see how messed up this regime really is. And what's gonna happen is once again our Republicans are going to have them in front of the House. You know, they had that little damn meeting and shit they normally do. That inquisition. Oh, what did y'all guys do? How did you guys do it? You know, the whole questioning Milley. Want to know about the stuff for the call, all that bullshit. And guess what's going to happen? I tell you what's going to happen. Milley going to walk away smelling like a rose. Because once again, we have a weak Republican Party because they don't have the balls to push the envelope. That's number one. And number two, we know they don't have the numbers, but still, they don't have the balls to hold them accountable. They don't have the balls to keep it in the media's face like they keep our mistakes in the media's face because they don't have no balls. That's why they can't stand. Um, I think it's her name is Marjorie Taylor Green. Yeah, that's why they can't stand her because she don't let shit go. She pushes the envelope. That's why they don't like Josh Hawley. He pushes the envelope. That's why they don't like Ron DeSantis. Push the envelope. They don't like Greg Abbott. They push the envelope. These are real conservative people. These are people that have real conservative values. They're not Republican in name only, or they're not Republican when they feel like it. Exactly. Exactly. The old Republicans were about working class. They was tired of hearing that guilt trip shit. That's why the the Democratic Party has always been against the Republicans because they know the Republicans are going to push for you to work for what you want. Work for what you want. Speaking of that, there's some other stuff that was in the news I want to talk to y'all about. That's about to make y'all laugh. Oh man. Give me 1 second and put this up. Doing a little housework today. There was a recent study that just came out, right? That it is racist to tell little black kids to behave in the school. I want y'all to listen to what's going on here. It is racist, they said, to tell little black kids in the school to behave. Let me tell y'all something. I was raised in the Carolinas. Y'all heard my story. If you haven't heard my story, check out my 4 series autobiography I've got here on this channel. I came from a home of strong women and black men. And let me tell you something. My great grandma and my great granddaddy, they didn't play that shit. When I went to school, when I was especially in elementary school, I remember one time I talked back my teacher. I never forget this. It was Miss Moses. She was in my face. And I was tired of her getting in my face, getting on me because I was messing up. I was talking. I was trying to be a class clown. And I said, if you don't get your fish mouth out of my face, yeah, I said that. If you don't get your fish smelling mouth out of my face, here I am, 10 years old, trying to be grown. Trying to be motherfucking grown at 10. Okay. She fixed my ass though. She showed me something. She went, she called my great grandma and my great granddad. And let me tell y'all something. My great grandma and my great granddaddy did not play at all. We need rabbit food. Okay, what you say, son? We need rabbit food and rabbit better. Okay, I'll try to tell your mama. Anyway, my mom, my great grandma, my mom, and my grandma, my granddaddy, my great grandma, my great granddaddy came and got me from school. It was my great grandma, and she said, "So you want to be grown, right?" I ain't said that. She said, "Talk to me, boy. You want to be grown?" I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "No, that would have seemed like to me. Don't worry. We're gonna see how grown you really is." Man, my great granddaddy came home, and I was nervous because my great granddaddy, boy, when he whoop your ass, that motherfucker whoop your ass. And my great granddaddy did something that really shocked me. He came in, he said, "So you want to be grown, right?" I said, "No, sir." He said, "You want to talk to people all kind of way?" I said, "No, sir. I don't want to talk to people all kind of way." He said, "Well, I'm gonna ask you something, son." He said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 10 years old, sir. 10 years old." He said, "How old am I?" I said, "Great granddaddy, you about in your 60s, right?" He like, "This right, boy." He said, "I'm 70 years old." He said, "Let me show you something." And this was a black teacher I disrespected, by the way, too. And she was a very strong, rooted black teacher that really cared about kids. Like, she wasn't on that racial shit or woke shit. She was really about kids. So I want to show you who you disrespected. So my granddaddy sat me down and had a scrapbook. And my granddaddy showed me how he was in the military, in the Navy, how he went out here and was a part of the civil rights movement, how he was a part of trying to educate young black men and women like myself, young black boys and girls at the time, how to learn a trade, how to be strong, how to be independent. He said, "You see what you just did?" He said, "You disrespected your legacy." And I looked at him funny. I said, "How is my legacy? I'm not kidding." He said, "It doesn't matter." He said, "Because that young lady that you taught jump to, Miss Moses, you don't know what she went through to get to the position that she in. And you don't know what you got to go through to be to the position that you want to be in life one of these days." He said, "If you want to be successful, it starts by you having respect." He said, "And I didn't teach you to be disrespectful." He said, "You want to be a man, right?" I said, "Yeah, I want to be a man." He said, "Well, if you want to be a man, a good man, it starts here. You listen, you keep your mouth shut, you correct it. And I don't want to have this conversation with you again. Because the next conversation is gonna be me burning up the hell out your backside." And my granddaddy looked at me with them cold ass light brown eyes. My great granddaddy was like a big dude, but he was strong and he was stern and he was straight to the point. I'm telling y'all now, I got back to school. I had to apologize to Miss Moses. He ain't had to tell me. I knew what I had to do. I apologized to that lady, and I acted with some sense in that class for the rest of the year. Now, I acted up in the other classes. He knew I was going to do that. But that lady right there, I act with some sense. And come to find out that that lady's parents was marched alongside my great granddaddy and his my great granddaddy and my grandma during the civil rights movement, trying to make sure that we as black kids had an opportunity to learn. So the moral of the story is you got to get on these kids if you want them to know how to be productive. Telling them to do to not get on them. You're just filling up the jail. That's what you're doing. You pocketing these private prisons. That's all you're doing. Putting money in the pocket of these private prisons because you're not doing anything else. You're not helping these kids. So when I heard that, I was appalled. So you trying to tell me that if my little rugrat is acting a damn fool, you're not gonna get on him? Then you don't need to be teaching. He don't need to go to your school. But it's okay for you to get on the white kid though. You see how you see how biased that looks. Now you let black kids or black people in the hood see it, yeah, because they know not to do that to mine. I handle mine. No, it's not. No, it's not. A teacher is supposed to teach your child values along with you. They're supposed to prepare them for the world, supposed to let them understand or teach them or prepare them what it'd be like if they worked out in the private sector, okay? To have discipline. So to hear that a teacher cannot discipline my child within reason and sit down and talk to them about the ways of the world, that scares me. That really does. Because now it makes me feel like, well, then black kids shouldn't be in no damn school. Why? Because the way they got things going on now, they're teaching with this wokeness that black kids can't be taught nothing, can't learn nothing. All they supposed to do is just go to school, get a free lunch, and go out here and commit crimes. Tell me I ain't lying. Tell me I ain't lying. If you tell a kid that you're not gonna get onto them, or you gonna let them, or they see you let them do what they want, that's basically promoting in their brain that all they need to do is go to school to get lunch, play at recess, or get into all the trouble they want, and repeat the same process tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. And you know what happens when they do stuff like this? And this is what I can't understand that the black community don't understand a lot of times. They setting us up for failure. They don't never see that. They think of it as, oh, we getting somewhere. Now we got black privilege. No, you don't. No, you don't have black privilege. This is what happens. They'll do that and they'll wait for a couple of years until the generation they just created of chaos is out of control, and then they will fall back into the same conservative ways that we was pushing for to begin with. Now they want to go and they want to lock people up. They want to get tougher laws. They want to all of a sudden now, if your kid out of line in school because of all the disrespect they allowed for years, they are going to go out here and hold you accountable. You see what I'm getting with this? This is all a game to them. This is all a game. Always has been. They're not trying to help black folks. Y'all think about the conspiracy, what I'm talking about. And this is my opinion. Y'all think about what's going on right now. When Trump did that prison reform was getting a lot of people out of prison, and it was giving a lot of people that was innocent a second chance. That means a lot of jails were getting light, starting to get light. So what do you think that they're gonna do when jails get light? And this is what the private jails get money off of. Private jails get money off of how many people fills them up. You got to find somebody to fill them up, right? Well, you know you're not gonna go with against the white population because there's not that many white people that fills up jails. Well, you got some of the brown people that go to jail, but it's not as many brown people as you really want. So who do you go after the most that can fill it up the fastest? You guessed it, black folks. And how do you go after black folks? You create an illusion. I'm gonna come up with all these laws, wokeness. Your children don't have to be taught to all kind of way. People got to second guess before they call for you to commit a crime. We gonna make you feel comfortable. Get it? Feel comfortable. That's what these liberals do. And when you get all comfortable in thinking that all of a sudden y'all going somewhere in life, that's when we gonna come out of nowhere and yank it up from under you. Exactly. But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This CRT is more to it than that. They're not pushing this CRT to help these kids. They pushing this CRT because they want more kids in jail. Tell me I ain't lying. Tell me I ain't lying. They are pushing more of these kids to go to jail in the future. Because they got to keep them jails filled. That's how they make money, man. How they make money. Y'all think about that. Think about what they did to them little girls that killed that Uber driver that was an immigrant that busted his ass and made something out of himself. They let them girls go. Them girls ain't gonna holler do no time. You know why? Because they looking for them when they become an adult. That's right. It's critical jail theory. Think about it now. When they adult, they could put them in jail for murder or accessory to murder or whatever they have you a major felony